Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, guys. We missed you a lot, and welcome to our interactive lecture now. Thank you very much for your attendance, and hope that you will get some benefit from our lecture now. And this is why we are here now. Um, as you remember, I asked you last week to do lots of things, and I hope that you have done them. The most important thing is, before I start, just to remind you with the deadline of our project, which is the end of this week, which is um, Thursday. And I sent you a notice about that. You could send me your report, project one, through my email. And I sent you the link before. So refer back to my previous notices, and you'll find my address over there, and you can send me your report. Please, please, no later than Thursday. I know that you are very punctual, and hope that you will continue your good and excellent work. Do you hear me very well? I would like just to know. Do you hear me very well? Oh, very good, very good. Thank you, Abdelhadi, and thank you, Mazen, and thank you for Ammar and other guys. And I'm just checking one of you, and I'm very happy to see him here. You know who he is? You know who's the guy who usually comes late to class? I think he knows himself now. Who is he? Can you just give me a clue about his name? Do you still remember him? Who's it? Oh, you got it, Ammar. Yeah, Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik is happy now because he became a movie star now. He usually comes to class every day, late. I don't know why. But anyway, he learned from his lessons anyway. Oh, okay, gentlemen. Let's go to business. This is very important. Um, our lecture today, we are going to start the first lecture, even though I sent you some notes about it, but now I'm just repeating all the notes which I have sent you before. We are going to start business letters now. We are going to start business letters. I'm going to show you some slides that will help us when we start. Yes, gentlemen. Our lecture now, as you can see, is the letter writing. We are going to discuss today how to write letters. We talk about the organization, content, kinds, order, and everything. So please lend me your ears today because it's very important. In general, writing letters is very important practice and skill that you have to learn in your life, because I'm sure in the future you're going to write one kind of letters, any letter of some kinds, because you may see an advertisement or an advertisement on TV, and you're going to buy something from those companies, so you need to write a letter. This recalls my memory in the past. Just an introduction before we start. I remember one of the students whom I taught a year ago told me that he saw an advertisement in one of the newspapers and he was interested in the content. So he sent a letter to the company, but unfortunately he didn't receive the letter. He waited for a long time, but he didn't receive any. So after he told me, after he came to my class and he studied the professional way of writing business letters, he sent the letter again to the same company. Fortunately, they answered him back within 2 days. طبعا the reason is very clear for that, because he sent them a professional authentic letter. So they answered him back. So, gentlemen, whether you are a technical student or a business student, as I told you, you need to benefit from the letter writing. So we are gonna to start now the first slide. Yes, gentlemen, if you go to your book at the bottom right left corner, bottom right corner, you can find B1, which is the first page of the second part of the book. Yes, gentlemen, if you see the top of the page here, there are lots of expressions that you need to know before you start. Before you begin, there are some phrases that you will need to know. Please, my advice to you, gentlemen, here, please try to memorize and know every word on this page, every word, because these phrases, you'll find them in the later, all of them will spread into the letters. So if you learn the vocabulary now, it will be easier for you to know what's going on in the future. Let's start the top of the page. How to open the letter? How not open? I mean not open, close. No, how to start your letter. If you see here, how to start your letter. There are some expressions to say like I'm writing to inquire. To inquire means to request, to ask about. I'm gonna to write a request or about what? Let's guess. I'm writing to inquire about what? Can somebody send me something here? Give me a phrase. How can we complete this sentence here? I'm writing to inquire about what? Hafid or Mazen or anybody can? Abdul Malik, anybody inquire about what? Yes, you may record the session, Abdullah. You may record the session. Okay, I can see the screen here. I'm waiting for your answers. I'm interesting. I'm writing to inquire about what? Some issues, Ali Asada, mashallah, Ali. Some issues. I'm going to inquire about the summer courses. I'm going to inquire about the price of the goods. I'm going to inquire about the delivery date of something. So you can be possible. Let's move down to the other part. Let's move to the other part. Okay. The second one is you want to do something for you. That means the company. You want the company to do something for you. What you would like to say. So you may say, I would be most, or very, or extremely. Extremely means too much. Extremely grateful. I would be most grateful, very grateful, extremely grateful if you could. If you could what? If you could what? Can somebody send me an answer to this question? I'll be grateful. I'll be extremely grateful. I'll be most happy if you could. If you could do what? If you could help, Mazen. Oh, Mazen, good help. You could hire me for this job. Oh, Muhammad Abdul Razak. Oh, thank you very much, Muhammad. Muhammad, oh, you have very nice answers today. What did you have for breakfast today? Oh, it seems to me that you have very good breakfast, so you are very well activated. Very good. Very good. I can see lots of answers. Apply for the job. Apply me for this job. Abdul Hadi also saying, give me any information about products. Give me any information about products. And we cannot say and before information because this is uncountable noun. Anyway, but it's a good answer. Thank you very much for your interaction. Let's move down. Let's move down. Let's move down to the third one. You are replying to a letter from them. You are answering the letter. You receive the letter from the company and you are replying the letter. You are answering the letter. Which phrases, which words can you say? You may start with something like that. Thank you for your letter of date. Of date means put a date here. You see between parentheses, put a date. Thank you for letter of April 2nd, January 15th, February 9th, whatever. Just you have to put a date here, asking if. Thank you for your letter of February 15th, asking if. If what? I'm waiting for your answers. Can somebody give me an answer here? I'm waiting. Thank you for your letter of 15th April, asking if. Asking if what? If you can hire me, this is before applying for the job. If you could instruct me, if I could apply for the job, if I could join the team. Oh, Talal Asiri, very good. Join the team. Then join the team. Ali Sada, apply for the job. I can start to do this job, Muhammad. Okay, fine. Let's move to the other sentence now, under it. Let's move to the other sentence. Okay, we are still here in number 3 here. I have received your letter of date. You put the date here. I have received your letter of February 10th concerning. Concerning means you have here lots of vocabulary you can replace. You can say concerning, regarding. You can say whatever you like. I have received your letter of 15 February concerning what? Concerning the delivery of goods, concerning the date of sending the goods, which is the delivery. I have received your letter of concerning the price. Okay, whatever. Let's move down here. RE. RE actually here an abbreviation to reference. Reference means the subject of the letter. What is the letter about? What does it talk about? Reference. RE, your letter dated on January 15th. Reference. طبعا we need to write reference because of lots of important things I'll tell you later as we are discussing this issue. Go down. With regard to, it's here similar to concerning, with regard to, related to. You have the same vocabulary. You can use them interchangeably. With regard to your letter, reference number. Reference number, this is RE, which I told you about. طبعا reference numbers, we'll talk about it later, but you may say that reference number, it might give the date, might give the name of the first names of the one who sent the shipment or the secretary or whatever. Dated, you put the date here, you can say June 15th or whatever. So you can start with regard to, concerning, regarding, so whatever. Gentlemen, this is really a very important vocabulary here. It's not only used for business letters. It can be used with you whenever you would like to talk. Even in the classroom, you can ask your teacher, with regard to the final exam, how many questions are there? So you can do whatever you'd like. It's not only for business letters. Let's move down here. Many letters end with something like this. We started with how to open the letter here, and here we started how to end your letter. I look forward to. Gentlemen, look forward here doesn't mean look as a stative verb. Means look to me, look at your books. It's not like this. I look forward means I hope. I look forward means I hope. I look forward to. Look. Actually, in classical grammar, after to we need to use the infinitive. To hear, but you might say why you have the ing here. It's an exception. I look forward to hearing from you. Means I'm waiting for your answer. So you may start like this. I would like to hear from you. I look forward to hearing from you. Or you may go down to say, I look forward to receiving your reply or your order or your products, your apology. It's apology. From the verb apologize. Apology from the verb apologize. When you say, I'm sorry for that. The last one here. If you have any further questions, if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate. Hesitate means don't feel shy. Shy or coffee, you know. Shy, not in Arabic, right? It's in English. Don't feel shy to ask. Don't hesitate to contact me, to ask me, to have any kind of contact with me. So please now fix this one. So whenever you are writing a business letter, it's very good idea to start with one of these expressions. Let's move down. You have put something in the envelope. Yeah, it means you attached something with the envelope. Maybe you can put some pictures, some drawings, some personal pictures, whatever. A letter, report. You have put something in the envelope along with the letter, so you can say, please find enclosed, or you will please find attached. In general, find enclosed, find attached. So you can use one of these interchangeably. Any one of these, you can use them if you would like to. Time in the letter. Sometimes you have some urgent letters. Sometimes you have some letter that they are not urgent. So what kind of expressions are used in this concern? So you may write like this. At your earliest convenience means now. Now. At your earliest convenience means now. Don't wait. It's very important. So you can say like this. Now, pay me now. Pay the money now at your earliest convenience means I'm not waiting. Or you can say here other expressions, to date, at the time of writing, now. Same also as where's the money? I haven't received them yet. I haven't received them to date. I haven't received them at the time of writing. So please send me the money now. It's urgent. Sometimes it's not urgent. You can say in the early future, in the very near future, or you may say soon. As this example, I look forward. Again, gentlemen, I look forward here doesn't mean look, the physical look. Look means I hope. I forward to receiving it in the very near future. In the very near future. This is actually the last one here in this page. Gentlemen, now I leave the floor for your questions before I move. I told you, gentlemen, this is very important. You need to know every word on this page because later they will spread in the letters. So if you know them now, it will be easier for you. I'm waiting for your question if somebody has got any question here. Do you hear me very well, gentlemen? Do you hear me? Do you still hear me very well? At the beginning you said it's okay, but now I'm checking again. Do you hear me? Do you still hear me very well? Yes. Oh, great, great, great. I can see. Yes, very, very good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Abdulhadi, Shaya, Mazen, Ammar, and Ali, and other guys, Ahmed Rashid. Thank you very much. So I'm waiting for your questions before I proceed. Okay, Abdulhadi, when should we use the time in the letter? Okay, just wait for me because in the next slide I'll tell you about the layout of the letters, the layout. So actually, it's going to be item number 2 in the following page. I'll show you now. I'll show because later after a few minutes we'll talk about the most important parts, the parts of the business letters and the layout and the organization where they can be written. It's a very good question anyway, Mark. It's a very good question. Any other question before we move? Please now, mid and final exams, don't ask me about these questions now. We talk about them later. Now, just your question about this lecture now. Gentlemen, your questions now about this lecture now. If there is any other question, maybe we can answer later because now we have limited time because I'm engaged in another lecture with another section after 1 o'clock, after 2 o'clock, actually. Ali, everything is clear. Thank you very much. Yes, yes. Okay. Any other question about the first slide? Thank you. The next slide will answer most of your questions. Yes, now you can move to page number 2 here. You can see a sample. You can see a sample of a business letter with two important things you have to pay attention to. The parts of the letters from 1 to 10, from 1 to 10 here, the parts. And then number 2, the order of the parts, one after another. You cannot put number 2 before number 1 or number 5 before number 4. It must be like this organization or like this layout. Business letters have different formats. So we are going to stick now to one form, and then I'll convert to you with another format. The letter which we are discussing now is called a modern block system. Modern block system. It's easier for you, for the organization, because some other letters say that, for example, your address is on the top right corner, but this is on the top left corner. There are some differences in some letters as we proceed. But now please stick to this kind of letters, which is the modern block system. As you see, all the 10 parts are aligned on the left of the letter. So this is easier for you that you don't pay attention to the organization, because some parts go on the right, some other parts go on the left or the center. So it's easier for you if you would like to apply this system in your writing. So all the bars are aligned on the left side of the page. Let's start with the first part, which is the sender address. Number 1 is called sender address. If you go to your book, if you have the book, page number 3, in the middle of the page, you'll find your address. This is your address. You write your address here with if you have fax number, if you have the PO box number, you can write your address here. Some companies, they don't have to write their address every time, because sometimes it's written at the top, at the letterhead, as you can see on page number 3. Letterhead here. This is the sender address, which is your address. This is the answer to the question which Amar, I think, asked me, where we are going to put the date in the letter. It's number 2 under your address. 3rd September 2006. This is very old. This is very old date. You see the spaces. 3rd September 2006. This is your address. This is the date, and this is the recipient address. Recipient, or we call it the receiver address. Recipient or the receiver address. This is the receiver, Dr. Mark Ostrowski, Jupiter College, PO Box, and then you come 3196. This is called the zip code, and this is Saudi Arabia. This is the recipient address or the receiver address. You might ask me, teacher, why do you write both addresses, my address and the other address, on the letter itself? Usually write them on the envelope. Why you are going to write them in the body of the letter? I'm sure that some smart guys know, because when you are sending a letter to a company that receives thousands of letters, this letter might be lost. So when your address is there, it's easy to find. This is the question. It's easy to find. Sometimes it's a good idea to engage your telephone number and fax number, okay, and working hours if you'd like to. Let's proceed to number 4, which is the Dear Dr. Ostrowski. It's called the opening salutation. Opening salutation means the greetings. The greetings, Dear Dr. Ostrowski. Like when you write a personal letter, it's a business letter. When you write a personal letter to your friend, say Dear Ali, Dear Khaled. This is the opening salutation. Account number. This is the account number. It seems to me that this letter is sent to the bank. To the bank. Yes. Account number. Usually we have the reference here as we move later reference RE reference. The reference, as I told you a few minutes ago, is the subject of the letter. The subject of the letter. So before you start the body, when you see the reference, you will have an idea about what is this letter. You have a quick idea about the letter. What is the letter about? This is the body. I'm not interested in the body at this moment. I'm interested in two things: the parts of the letter and the organization, the layout. Where we're going to engage them, right, center, or whatever. Okay, it's number 5 reference, and then we have the body here. Number 6. This is the closing salutation. Number 6. It's called the closing salutation. Yours sensorily. Yours sensorily. You have your sensorily, and you have some other endings. As we proceed, we'll tell you about this as we are coming. Your sensorily. This is number 6. Be careful that your sensorily might be changed, as I'm going to tell you in the next slide about this. Your sensorily. If you would like to know very quickly, sometimes we use yours, truly yours, sometimes we say yours faithfully. Before we move to the next slide, please put in your mind that there is a difference between yours sincerely and yours faithfully, which you are going to engage later. Look, number 6 and number 4 are related to each other. So number 4, once you start with a name, dear Mr. Al-Amri, dear Mr. Armani, dear Mr. Georgie, dear plus a family name here. We need the family name. If you start with the name, you must start here with your sincerely or yours truly or whatever, because you know the name here. Once you start with dear sir, dear madam, dear office manager, when there is no name, you can here write the closing salutation with yours faithfully. Yours faithfully. So don't mix. Okay, it's number 6. Let's move to number 9. Number 9 is your signature. Signature. Number 7, your signature. Signature. Number 7, and then number 8 is your name. You put your name here, and number 9 is your job title of the company. What's your job title? Is collection assistance, purchasing manager, maintenance supervisor, or whatever. Number 10, this is the reference of the letter, like number 4 here. As here, where is it here? Like here, like number 5. This is the count number that's mentioned as a reference here. So these are the parts of the letter. These are the main parts of the letter. So please there are 2 things that you have to take into consideration at this stage. Number 1, don't miss any part of the letters. Number 2, the layout, where to put them. This is easy for this kind of letter, which is the modern block letter. All of them aligned to the left of the letter. Okay. So now I will leave the floor to some questions about this the parts of the letter. So please, if you have any question, please do ask. Talal, number 8, do I use my family name or my name? Number 8, family name, first name, family name, first name and family name. You come with the abbreviation as we have in the book here. J. Butterman, J is the first name, Butterman is the family name. Yes. You can use abbreviation as we have here. Mazen, what other than I look forward that I can write? Look forward to hearing from you. You can say thank you very much for your care and consideration. You can say lots of other expression. You can say in the near future we are going to contact with you, and we hope that we are going to have business together. Yani, in the closing salutation, try to concentrate on building good relation with the company. Muhammad Abdul Razak, how number 4 is linked with number 6? Number 4 with number 6. Yes, yes. I told you, number 4, when you start with a name, put this in your mind. Dear Dr. Al-Amri, it's a name, right? So number 6, you must sign with yours sincerely, not yours faithfully. Also, let's go back to number 4. When there is no name, like this. Dear sir, did I mention a name? No. Dear sir or dear madam or dear office manager. When there is no name, number 6 will be yours faithfully. Yours faithfully. Okay? It's easy. It's easy. It's very, very easy. In number 3, Qasim say in number 3 some information is not important. Number 3, actually it's all important, all important. Yes. Ahmed Al-Rashid, hi Ahmed, how are you? You are doing well, I hope. The address should be from general to specific. That's true. That's true. Yes. What are we going to do here? Number 8, Talal, number 8. Do I use my family name or my name? طبعا your family name. You have to start with family name. Family name. When you start letter, when you talk with somebody, you address him with his family name. Dear Mr. Al-Amri, dear Mr. Al-Ali. But when you sign as in number 8 in the letter, put your abbreviation of your first name and then you write your full family name. A Al-Amri, S Al-Ma'moon, or whatever. Okay, let's jump now. Okay. Now let me ask you some questions. Let me ask some questions about the letter. Some questions. So get ready. Let me ask you some questions about the letter. Let me ask you some questions about the letter. Gentlemen, you can activate your mic so I can just hear you instead of writing. Maybe it's faster. So you can just contact me directly if you can. Look. Now my first question about the letter. Okay. First question is, which number is the opening salutation? Which number is the opening salutation? It's number 1, 3, 4, 6, 4, whatever. Oh, I got it. I got it. Most of the guys say number 4. That's great. That's great. That's great. It's number 4. Oh, smart guys. What did you eat for breakfast today? Eat some sandwich, some let's say vitamin C. Did you take some vitamin C or milk? You seem very active today. So this will make you very active. Very good. Another question. If I go to number 4, I'm going to start like this. Go to number 4. I would like to say, dear sir. So what's about number 6? What's going to be? Is it your sincerely or your faithfully? Oh, smart answers. Oh, thank you, Ahmed Rashid. Thank you, Abdul Hadi, Ali, Abdul Malik. Oh, Abdul Malik is there. Oh, that's true. Talal Asiri. Oh, very good guys. Very good guys. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I can hear and can see your answers activated. Very nice, gentlemen. Gentlemen. Okay. My other question is, um, what is number 5? What's about number 5? What you call number 5? Reference RE. Oh. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Qasim, Ali, Rakan, Abdul Hadi, and the other guys. This is great. This is great reference, which is the subject of the letter. That's fantastic. That's nice. Okay. Okay. My last question. Okay. Fawaz also, Farhan, Ziad, Rakan, Ali, Rashid. Oh, very good. Very good. Thank you very much for your smart answers. My last question. Uh, what's about what do you call number 3? What do we call number 3? What we call number 3? Excellent. Excellent, Abdul Hadi, Abdul Malik, Rakan, Ziad. Oh, great. Muhammad Al-Uthman, Hafiz, Ziad Al-Harbi, Abdurrahman, Ammar. Very good, very good, very good, very good. The receiver or the recipient address, the recipient address. Gentlemen, okay, thank you very much for your answers. Let me stress a point here before we move to the second slide. Gentlemen, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here, I think most of the students make some mistakes. Because they don't follow the right order for this part of the letter. After number 6, which is your sensorily, which is the closing salutation, you can memorize in your memory, like say 7, 8, 9. You can say signature name job, signature name job, signature name job. So if you can put this in your mind as a song, you will never miss the right order of these 3 vital parts. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. Let's move and proceed to the other parts of the letter. طبعا on page number 3, this is I'm just repeating again now what I've said before. This is your address. That's which was number 1 on the letter. If you are writing for your work, your company, you have a heading letter like this. If you're writing from company, so your address, which is the sender address, will be written like this or like this. So maybe there's no need to write it if you're writing from company. Okay. So let's move now. Let's move to the other part of the letter. Okay. As you see at the top of the page here, the date. Be careful about the date because not all countries write the date in the same way. Not the same way. Let's what we have here. This part is obvious, but there are a couple of things worth mentioning. Different companies use different formats. Some write the day, some don't. Some use the first, second, third, or next. Some don't. Okay. But here, remember that this is the most important part here. There's a great difference between American English and European English here, or British English, let's say, because they use different date formats. For example, look at this number here, 1/3. In England, this is the 1st of March. England, this is the 1st of March. Yani they start with the day first and then the month. 1 is the day, and 3 is the month. This is very important. Be careful. So in England, this is the 1st of March 2009. But in the USA, In the USA, it's going to be different. In the USA, it is January 3rd. It is January 3rd. In America, they start with the, which is the opposite. They start with the month and then the day. Month and then the day. Be very careful about this matter. Be very careful about this matter. So please don't write like this. When you write a letter to a company, especially when you are, don't write like this. Because if you write in this way, there will be a different interpretation. People in Europe will read at the 1st of February. People in America say January 2nd. So be very careful, and this will have a mess. Okay?
Can you repeat, teacher?
Hi. Hi. Who's it?
Qasim.
Oh, Qasim. How are you, Qasim?
Fine, thank you, teacher.
Oh, how are you, Qasim? How is everything?
Alhamdulillah.
Oh, do you have any question about what we are discussing now?
Can you repeat the date and the differences between the Europe and England? And
Yes. Look. It's very easy. I don't want to talk too much. English, let's say Europeans start with day, month. Yani if you want to write like this, first will be the day, second will be the month. This is the 1st of February or March, 1st of March. Americans start the opposite. Start with opposite, which is month and then day. That's very simple. Month, day. That's very simple. Look, as we are going to do some exercises here about the difference between European and American dates. Let's start with this one, for example. I'm going to do some of it, not all of it. Look about this date here in London, and this is in Washington. In England, they start with what? Day and then month. Day, month. Okay. Now, who can tell me about this one here? In English,
teacher?
In London, yes.
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
That's mean, teacher. The best that I choose is the American. That like January the 3rd.
Possible. Look. This is now. What's your name again?
Ziad.
Ziad, Habibi. Ziad, look.
Yes.
What you are saying is the answer to these questions. How we can have a formula that clear the difference between American and the British. Okay.
Yes.
In order not to be confused, so I encourage you to write like what you have said. January 1st, February 16th. In this way, there is no way for ambiguity. Everything will be clear. You got the idea? Yeah. So don't write like this. Don't write like this, because we don't know whether you are foreign American. So at the end, we'll start like this. Now let's go to this exercise here. In London, 2 and 6. London, they start with. In London, they start with day and month. So what about this one? The 2nd of what? 2nd of June 2004. American will be what? As you see here, will be what in American? Okay. Will be February 6th. That's true. Will be February 6th, because they start with the Americans, start with the month and then the day. What's about this one? 8/3/1999. In London, what do you think? 8th of March, very good. Day and month, very good. 8th of March, March 8th, very nice. Oh, thank you, Muhammad Uthman, Ammar, Abdul Malik, Muhammad Al Uthman, Muhammad Abdul Razak, very good. Muhammad Al Razak, this is great. The 8th of March. Okay, very good. The same date in Washington, what's going to be? In Washington, in American, what's going to be? Month and day. Is it April? I'm talking about in American English now. 3rd of August. That's true. That's true. Thank you, Abdul Malik. Thank you. Thank you, Ammar. Thank you, Muhammad Abdul Razak. 3rd of August. Okay. Let's move to number 3. Let's move to number 3 in your book, which is the last one now. Number 3, the last one. 4/1/2005. In London, what can we say here? Yes, please. You know, they start with day and month. 4th of January. That's true. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Abdul Hadi. Thank you, Abdul Malik. Thank you, Muhammad Abdul Razak. Fawaz, Talal. Oh, great. This is great. This is great. Okay, what's about, thank you very much. What's about in Washington, American English? What can you say? In Washington, what can you say? Oh, 1st of April. Thank you. Thank you. Bingo. Bingo. Shaya, Ammar, Abdul Hadi, Abdul Malik, Mazen, Muhammad. April 1st. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, gentlemen. So, as I told you a few minutes ago, in order not to be confused between American and European English, let's say, please, you can write this formula, like this one. Write the month in letters, like this here. January 1st, 2006, January 1st, or the 1st of January, it can be the same. Okay, so January, or you can say February 15th, you can say June 6th. Yani you can write the month in letters so that you are not confused. Nobody is confused. Everything is clear. Please don't try it like this. This will make some confusion for you. This will make some confusion for you. Okay. Okay, number 3 is the recipient address. As we told you here, this is the receiver address. And you may ask me, teacher, why we are at what address is my address and the receiver address on the letter, on the letter itself, on the body of the letter. So I told you, you may send a letter to the company which deals with thousands of letters, so it's easy to find if it's get lost. This is the answer here. Opening salutation, who is the letter for? Gentlemen, sometimes some names in English are confusing. You don't know whether it's male or a female. Sometimes you don't know the name of the person whom you are sending a letter to. So it's confusing sometimes. So it has been always a problem writing a company to a company if you don't know anybody there. So you may start with dear sir, dear madam, dear sir or madam. Okay. Look, if it is the first letter, if you are confused whether it's male or female, you can start with the job title, which is the easiest way for you. You can start also if you want to whom it may concern, to whom it may concern. So you may start something like this. When you are neutral now, you can start like this. Dear managing director, dear office manager, dear personnel coordinator, or you can say any other title such as dear maintenance supervisor, dear purchasing officer, or whatever. To whom it may concern also, it might be a good choice for you. But there are some points here that you need to take care about when you're saying this. You start with something like that. Dear sir, or dear sirs if you want, to a man whose name you don't know. Dear sir or dear sirs. Or you can say dear / madam, okay. Dear Madam, to a woman whose name you don't know also. To dear Mr., as I told you earlier in this lecture, dear plus family name. Dear Mr. Al-Amri, dear Mr. Al-Dawsari. You don't say dear Mr. Ahmad, dear Mr. Khalid. Dear plus family name. If you write the first name, you will has a deduction of some marks because you are making some mistakes. Dear Ali, dear Khalid, you write this in a friendly letter or personal letter. It's not in business. Dear Ms. or family name to a woman whose name you don't know. Ms. You can say Ms. For punctuation here, be careful about this notice here. The British use a comma after the name. American put a colon. Okay. What's about this phrase here, Your Excellency? Never use this Excellency in your business letters. The only choice that you're allowed to use it when you're writing to an ambassador or to an embassy. Okay, you can write Your Excellency. Gentlemen, now we come to the end of this lecture, and I hope that you enjoy it. And I'll leave the floor for 10 minutes for your questions if you have any. طبعا we are going to continue. But gentlemen, again and again and again, I would like to remind you maybe for the 5th or 6th time, please send me your report, no report project one, no later than Thursday this week, because I think, I'm not sure, I think all the evaluation of your marks will be on quizzes, reports, and this stuff, and assignments. I'm giving the floor now to your question. First of all, look, let me really thank you from the depth of my heart, because now I have a full board. All the guys are attending my lecture. All the 30 guys are attending my lecture, which is really nice. I'm very proud of you, gentlemen. I'm very proud of you. This means that your commitment to the course, to education, to a teacher, to your principal is really high. I would like to continue with this high spirit. Look. Also, your attendance has an indication. This means that you are really you care for your future, for your life, and you care for others. I really thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. And receiving your answers, everything is clear, everything is okay. Okay. Muhammad Abdul Razak, teacher, this lecture will be every day or just on Sunday. Look, I'll send you later notification because I need to arrange my schedule because I have your section and another 2 sections. So once I arrange my dates, I'll inform you about this. But sure, it must be minimum 2 times a week, minimum, inshallah.
Teacher?
Yes, sir.
Can you post this slides Blackboard?
Look, they are recorded now. Did you record them?
No.
Anyway, I will do that. I'll do that, inshallah. I'll post them on Blackboard for reference, for reference for future use. Anytime. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I'll give a link to be on the YouTube. I'll send you the link on Blackboard. Qasim, talk about the quiz. Is this week? It's supposed to be this week, but if we were physically on campus, we are not. So the quiz is not valid for this time. If there is anything, I will tell you about it. But now, put in your mind. Now our hunt target is report 1 by the end of this week. Okay, gentlemen. You have a question about project 1? I sent you the you remember the guide about how to write the report, and everything will be clear. I'm writing my email again if somebody missed it. Okay. Okay. I'm writing my email again for you. sarakbi_gm@jlc.edu.sa. So please feel free. Yes, this is the one. It has already sent to you. Gentlemen, since I have another lecture in a few minutes, so please, if you have some questions, please quick. Ahmed Al-Sadiq talks about the midterm exam. We didn't have it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Now, please concentrate on the assignments which we are receiving from you. Project 1, Project 2, we had quiz 1, we had quiz 2. I think, I'm not sure. Again, I think the assignments which you have done and the reports will be the most important factors and assignments to test as the final result. I think, I'm not sure about that. But for the quizzes, midterm, forget about this at this stage now. If there's something important, I will keep in touch with you, inshallah. The last question before I move, please, because I'm very sorry I had to move to another section in a few minutes. Thank you very much. Lots of guys. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
For the project 1,
yes.
You said in the class we have you have to see the last project which
yes.
we done.
Yes.
So if it's there is any mistake or something, you can correct them. So what about now if we have some mistakes?
It's a good question. Good question. But now try to do your best. Try, because you have plenty of time now to sit down and think and use the Google and the spelling checker, okay, grammar checker. You have plenty of time, I think, to get it. Inshallah, it will be all right. I hope. Inshallah, it will be all right. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Gentlemen, the last question before I move.
Teacher?
Yes, sir. Abdul Hadi. Who is Abdul Hadi?
Ali.
Ali, Habib, تفضل. Yes.
About the last thing you sent to us on the block, the graph.
Yes.
Did we have to use it in the project? Because I didn't use it in my project.
Look. The purpose I sent you the graphs is just to familiarize yourself with how to use the graphs. But I'm sure in some way or another you use some tables. Maybe did you use some tables or something? Some tables, some statistics.
Number for that? No, I didn't use that.
Okay. It's preferably if you can use some kind of graphs. Pictures. Look, a picture, when you write a picture and you put, you remember picture figure 1, you remember the picture? When you put a picture and you put the comments under it. You remember? The picture itself is a kind of visual aids, so it can be considered. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, anytime. Gentlemen, the last question before I move. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart again for your commitment, for your cooperation, for your attendance, and I hope from Allah Almighty that He will keep you safe with your families and come back to campus and to see you, inshallah. Thank you very much and hope to see you later. So wait for my notifications and thank you very much again. Bye-bye. Assalamu alaikum.